You, let's see, you are currently a couples unicorn.
Yeah.
Is that one of the 3 people that?
I don't really I wouldn't say they're on the roster. That's just more kind of like a wild thing that happens every once in a while. Yeah.
So you wrote, I'm a couples unicorn from Seeking Arrangements, and we recently went to a sex club, and I accidentally ran into a bunch of people I know.
Yes.
So for those watching who don't know what that is, what is a unicorn?
A unicorn is kind of like if you're a couple, sometimes there's a thing where couples want to have a threesome really bad, and it's really hard for them to like, or even like give attention, like share the attention or whatever, and it's hard for couples who want to be together to create that situation in a way that won't threaten the relationship. However, there are people out there that are kind of like, hey, I don't want your relationship. I am just here for this time, right? For this moment. Mm-hmm. And so we went to this sex club in LA for Halloween. They were having like a big Halloween party. And then I ran into a bunch of people from work, and I kind of like didn't really think it through.
Didn't think what through?
Like when I agreed to go to the party, I really didn't like think through, oh yeah, I probably actually will know at least 7 people at this party that I like work with. How do I feel about them all knowing? And then my style has always been like, well, we're doing this now, so I'm committing to what I'm doing, and I'm not gonna cross over my boundaries, but I'm in this, right? And I'm gonna own it and have as most fun as I can. But it was weird.
Wait, when you said your work, but aren't you? I mean, you.
No, like I saw other content creators there, like other girls with millions of followers, being like, "Oh, hey, girl, I see you on Instagram all the time."
Did any of the people? Because it's a sex club, so like, did you hook up with any of the people?
So this particular sex club, I'm not that big of a fan of because it's more of a Honestly, it's more of a performance and a place that you go to watch the performers and people who probably paid to go there, and then definitely people like me. Like, if I know there's paid performers there getting paid to perform naked acts, I don't want to be doing naked acts for free while someone else is getting paid. I'm sorry, I'm just not. I don't care how fun it is, right? Like, I'm just not going to lower myself to that level. So for me, it's a weird dynamic to go to sex clubs because it's kind of like, honestly, like, once you've seen one, you've seen a lot, right? So I'm kind of like, okay, cool.
You've been to them before?
Yeah, I've been to sex clubs before, but I have never gone with a couple that I was seeing and then ran into like a bunch of people that I really didn't expect to see.
Do people just fuck at the sex club?
Yeah. Some people do. There are people that are just fucking at the sex club. There are performers at the sex club that are kind of like there to do things if the normal people aren't, and to kind of like, I think, set the mood. But for me, it just seems very produced, so I don't really ever go to those things planning on having sex, but it's still
Have you though?
I have when I went to like the Swingers Island in Mexico.
I have that.
Yeah, note. Definitely did it. Swingers Island. I've kind of gotten a little bit like.
Well, tell us what Swingers Island is.
There's a couple resorts in Mexico that are like full participation swingers resorts. You can go and just be naked. You can go and just watch people have sex, or you can go and have sex with however many people are there, right? I went and participated a little bit. I was with this like boyfriend that was my rebound guy.
Participated a little bit?
Yeah, like I hooked up with like 4 guys and their wives, so like 8 people total. And it was a really cool experience that I wanted to have. Like I had a lot of specific things where I'm like, yeah, I want to like check these on my list. And it was cool, but since then I'm kind of like, okay, I don't really need to do that again.
So
like that's off the list.
Did you only go to a swinger island once?
Yes.
It was that one time.
That one time. And then I checked out other clubs but didn't really participate.
So that's 8 people.
Yeah.
In one night?
It's like it's there.
How long were you there for?
We were there for 3 days, and it was for this like event. So basically everyone, I think, was kind of like, okay, we have this weekend, so like
to fuck.
To do whatever. There's a lot of people there that are just like watching and kind of like, it's not all.
Were you there?
Oh no,
She's
I
probably been to places like it. Yeah.
So wait, you said the first night, 8 people. What about the subsequent days or
none?
None?
Yeah, it was like
you front loaded,
and I was like, okay, cool, I'm done.
Front loaded fucking.
Now I'm just in Mexico. Yeah, I was like, I don't think I need to have sex for like a while after this. Like I'm good.
Can I ask something? I don't know if it's appropriate or not, but I've always wondered how that works when. I thought I was close.
You're fine. Keep going.
I always wondered how that works when when you're having casual sex, you want to protect yourself, right? To not catch something. So how does that work when you have to go back and forth between people?
You use condoms, and if they don't, I don't really need to fuck them that bad, right? Like, so it's kind of like, if you're not going to protect yourself up to my standards, I don't want your I honestly say no to most people anyway, so I'm kind of
No,
like,
I know, but I'm saying,
yeah.
let's say like there's a guy and he's going between you and another chick.
I
like,
don't do that.
Oh, okay.
That's disgustingly unsanitary. I would never do that. Yeah.
And sometimes what people will do, if
And the
they
people
are,
who do it on camera are tested and everyone knows that there's nothing wrong. But honestly, I don't want your yeast or bacteria in
right,
it.
well,
there's
You know what I
that.
mean? Like, whether it's an STD or not, I just don't want your cooties. Like, not yours, but like anyone's.
Right,
you know
right,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
well, what
Yeah.
when I've had threesomes with my ex-partners, we've changed the condoms, and then as far as, and I know this isn't gonna stop, but there's what's it called, spermicide, right? So he goes into the bathroom, washes, do that, and then he comes back.
but then that creates the same problem though, because it's like,
But we're
it's
tested.
chemical. I know, but it's chemicals throwing off your floor. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't want a bad vagina day. I guess that's what it comes down to. Like, and men have no idea what we're talking about. But
Bad
literally,
vagina
like
day.
you can,
Yeah,
like you
your
can just
pH.
wake up and be like, I ate too much sugar this week, and I just like don't like. It's like you don't even know what it feels like because it's like in between our abs and like our back. But it just kind of like hurts sometimes. You know, if you're off.
The pussy hurts.
The pussy hurts. Like you can
Is
just
it the
feel
pussy
like
or the uterus?
It's
'Cause I feel like the
I guess
uterus-
it's like your entire thing, but like
fucking whole
yeast
intestine.
infections and
Bad-
stuff like that.
Wait,
Like
what's
guys
it
think
called?
we're just
A bad pussy day.
a bad pussy day, right? Like
Have
it's
any
like
other
guys think
girls
yeast
had a-
infections are just these things that we complain about, but they're really painful, and so
I
I
believe
want
it.
to go
I
to
believe it.
extreme lengths to avoid them. Yeah.
Sometimes-
Do you have bad penis days?
No, they don't.
I've had bad. Hold on.
Bad penis or balls days? I'm just
I've
wondering.
had like ball pain.
Yes, bad
Okay.
ball day, you know?
No,
Like
it's
there's
not.
there's
this-
like a 2-week period where my balls just kind of hurt. You know. I don't know
Really?
what happened. Yeah. They just.
Do you ever
hurt.
talk about that?
I saw a doctor and, he
And they
was
said it
like-
was okay.
He said it's fine.
Okay, then you guys have bad penis days
I think
too.
I was
yeah.
you know what happened? I was surfing.
Mm-hmm.
I was surfing and like the water like hit me and just like the weird
Just,
way.
just
And it
parted
was-
them like
So it was
the
like
Red
more of like a
Sea.
bruise. Yeah,
Ours
it was
is
more a
different.
bruise.
Yeah, ours
it was
is
like
more
triple.
inflammation.
It was like
Yeah.
double overhead.
Yeah, ours
like a
doesn't
big
happen
day.
because
Yeah.
someone punched our vagina.
Yeah, no.
Like ours
Oh, yeah,
happens
yeah, yeah.
because
Like,
our
also
it's
the-
like our
There's a-
acid base is
Yeah,
off.
I was gonna say it's like just your pH level. You
Punch
know,
like
if
the
you
Red Sea girl.
if
It's
there's
like, have you ever had allergies and your throat gets itchy? Or like your ears get like inflamed and it feels like pressure, and it's not itchy, but it's like pressure.
Tell
You
us
know what I
more about
mean?
your-
It's like it's like hard to describe, but it's like when your floor is off, it just you feel like
Yeah.
not good. Yeah, like
Yeah, and
Yeah.
everyone's different. Like I had a girlfriend, she would if she didn't like wash up like right away after like sex, like
Or
she
pee,
would
yeah.
or pee, she would get a UTI right away. So
Yeah.
I have to pee. I'm like, okay, don't be right back. Like
When you train a
Yeah.
lot at the
shit.
gym,
What the, huh?
when you
What?
train a lot, like, tight
yeah.
clothes at the gym, yeah. I
Okay,
mean,
all
she
right.
ain't happy.
Okay. Anyway,
It's so
moving on.
easy
This
to
is-
upset
this
the
is kinda
princess.
cool.
She's like, not today, not today.
Okay. All right. So you said that. Okay. There's a swinger island. Okay, we talked about that. You wanted to talk about traditional and transactional relationships, or you said I can talk about traditional and transactional
days.
relationships all day, good and bad. I'm also from a culture that still does arranged marriages.
Yeah.
And my mom has been working with this actor's mom, Alden
Alden. Yeah.
Ehrenreich from Oppenheimer and a bunch of stuff to try to get
Okay,
us to
yeah.
go out, and neither he and I want to date each other, but our moms are hardcore pushing it. So you mentioned arranged marriages from your culture. What
I'm
culture?
Jewish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a thing to do arranged
In the
marriages?
super Orthodox culture, it is, and I wasn't raised that way. However, I'm in LA, and so sometimes it's like you never know what kind of like background these other moms have, where they're kind of like, oh wow, my son has blue eyes and blonde hair, and we want you to make blue-eyed and blonde-haired babies with him, and he's dating a girl who's not Jewish, and I would like you a lot more for him.
Okay.
And it's kind of like this weird thing where I'm kind of like, okay, that's cool, but like we're not doing that. So, but it does make me kind of more woke, I guess, to like what you go.
Butler donated
Hold on just a sec.
$100.
Yo, thank you,
Condoms
Jay
do
Butler.
not
Okay,
protect
this is
you
our
from
herpes
genital
guy.
herpes,
Every
and
herpes,
most cases
every
spread
show.
without symptoms present.
Oh.
Yet another panel full of plague rats.
Whoa, plague
Incoming
rats.
drones,
Hello.
Brian. This outbreak will be controlled.
Do they realize
Dude,
that
are you
herpes,
making like actual violent threats on YouTube?
3 out of like
He just
it's-
look at that. He just sent the fucking
Dude, this
ass
guy is
around. Holy
actually
shit.
promoting terrorism on
the
YouTube.
statistics
Jay
on herpes
Butler.
are ridiculous too. Like more people have herpes than you also know. The statistics are insane.
My
I
question
just think
is,
it's kind of crazy that Jay Butler wants to use violence like this. Like, someone
I have
should
a
check out
question
his
for
page.
this
I'm not
man.
sure if he's actually. What, go
I
ahead.
have a question. Who hurt you?
Yeah,
That's
Jay
all
Butler.
I want to know.
That's it.
Who hurt you with herpes? It's okay,
What?
dude.
Who lied to you?
have
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
Who lied
homie
to you?
obviously has it,
You're
bro.
all-
Like,
you-
he's
go to the
so
doctor.
sad, like, and
Go to the doctor.
launching missiles.
No, he's a medical
Yeah,
doctor. He's a medical
what
doctor.
Jay's Butler's job? Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like a urologist.
Urologist.
Yeah.
Oh, so we know him.
Yeah.
Okay. But then why are you like causing physical harm to people? Aren't you supposed to like save lives?
It's funny that a doctor that is
Doesn't
very
know, yeah.
respected will come on YouTube and be a C.
oh, that
you
can
next
so many
Tuesday.
things. Be a.
I don't know.
A-hole.
I think he was. I didn't read
I
the
would
rest.
never
but
go see a doctor like
He's
that.
a big tipper though,
Ever.
so the show really appreciates your input. Thank you.
He's our resident.
Wait, like what?
expert herpes guy.
I didn't
Incels
catch
love
like
him.
the call to violence on
yeah, I
his part.
didn't- I
What
didn't-
was it?
He feels very passionate about the fact that people think that they're safe from herpes with condoms and they're
And
not.
nobody said that. Condoms
No one
are only
says
like
you're safe from
90,
herpes.
95%
Yeah.
accurate. I can't speak for everyone here. I get tested two
Oh.
times a month at most if I have partners.
Yeah.
Every new partner I test. And I know herpes can't
Did you
show
do,
up right away.
Did you do porn?
Yes.
You both of you? Yeah. The thing is,
No,
though,
no,
is that
oh.
my understanding, at least for you guys are in the SFV, correct?
What's
That's-
SFV?
San Fernando Valley.
That's where a lot of porn is
filming
shot.
is there, Vegas and Miami.
They don't. My understanding, at least here in California, it's not requisite that they test for herpes or HPV.
Actually, fun fact, you can't really test for herpes unless
Precisely.
you're having
Yeah,
an
yeah.
outbreak.
Precisely.
So they
Yeah.
can't
Right.
test for it on
Right,
the
but-
test. So
And can't you just get it if there's an outbreak?
No,
Absolutely.
we've had a girl on the show who
Absolutely.
does porn, and she has herpes.
Yeah, a lot of almost everyone does,
Yeah,
but
but
no one
that's-
will say it.
It's
Yeah.
like this hidden secret in the industry. Like,
Because it's still frowned upon in society. So because it's still frowned upon in society, everybody's afraid to say it, even though a cold sore is HSV1.
well, yeah, but there's
Yeah.
genital herpes.
And that's HSV2. And there's also
different.
dormant
It's a little
forms of
different,
it where
yeah.
you're not
Sure.
passing it on. And you can take medicine where you don't pass
Yeah,
it
but
on.
I think it's kind of a bad look.
Yeah.
It absolutely is.
that
I
people
literally
are
go on rants
active-
about that.
No, but people are in the industry and they continue to work in the industry despite the fact that they're herpes positive.
Yes. And
kind of
another
yikes.
thing they should do is if you are herpes positive, you should be able to have the option to choose to want to work with that person or not.
Yeah.
And because they do offer that for people who are HIV positive. So
Okay.
Wait, so there's people that are still
yes.
working in porn that are
they
HIV
are
positive?
undetectable, and I do not want to get into that stigma because I am
Oh my
very
God, I
strong
can't.
about that.
I can't.
If you're undetectable, you cannot pass it. If your levels are under like a certain amount, you cannot pass it
is true.
on.
I don't
And
want to play with fire.
Well, that's your choice, though.
I think I'd rather not.
I have enough
even if
problems
they're
in my life
unpassable.
without getting.
And that's
yeah.
your choice. But there's some people who, like me, who I do all that research, and I'm not saying I go around and I'm like, hey, do you have HIV? Let's fuck. No, but I'm not going to discriminate against you. If you're taking care of your body, you're working out, you're eating right, you're not drinking, you're not doing drugs.
I would discriminate.
I discriminate.
If you have
I
HIV,
That's
discriminate.
everyone's prerogative.
if you have HIV, wish you the best.
I would be
but-
really hypocritical to judge somebody else considering everything else I do.
And isn't there like a pill now
What do you
that
do?
avoids?
Wait, what do you do?
Yes.
Porn.
Oh, okay. I thought.
Like I put myself technically at risk every time I film.
Yeah.
So it'd be really ironic and really freaking like controversial to be like, you have HIV? No. Oh, but I'm gonna go fuck three more guys this week. Have
But
fun.
does the pill stop you from giving it or
Yes.
from getting it?
From giving. Oh no, you're talking about PrEP.
I don't know.
PrEP is where
Well,
you
there's
take
a
it to prevent
prophylactic
getting
or
it.
whatever.
Yes, you can.